erectile dysfunction.
We're less than 30 days away from the election. There was a vice presidential debate. Some people watched it. I didn't because I was doing comedy. I saw one screenshot and tweeted the vibe of this debate as an adult confronting the coach who molested him. He does have that vibe. JD Vance did seem to kind of like wipe the floor with Walz. It's funny when you can't see something, and so then I just watch it through Twitter or X. It was just everyone going, oh God, Walz looks terrified. He looks petrified. This is really bad. I wish that he would wipe that scared look off his face. And then JD Vance kept breaking the fourth wall and looking out at the viewers like,
all right.
Like he falls asleep watching reruns of The Office for the last 10 years, which he might have. He's a dad. He made Walz look somehow older than he is. Walz made some gaffe, I think. He said he was friends with school shooters.
I've become friends with school shooters.
He's also friends with presidential shooters. I'm just spreading misinformation now. I hate the election years because they really crack down on all jokes as misinformation. Like, you can't even make a joke because they'll be like, that's misinformation. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I demand the right to be hyperbolic. Please allow me my ability to make jokes at the expense of these politicians who are all narcissists and pandering lunatics. Our idiotic presidential candidates have continued their podcast tour on, the idiotic podcasting network, myself included. I want Trump to come on Watkins Welcome. Let's get him on. He went on Andrew Schultz's podcast, Flagrant. He was on Theo Von's, that went viral. And then Kamala went on Call Her Daddy. I do love how dead old media is. This is truly the new media election for anyone who hasn't noticed. This podcast tour that all of these candidates are forced to go on, this isn't your daddy's presidential campaign. We're a long way from Peter Jennings, folks. It is good. I mean, I think Trump does much better in these circumstances. Generally, he can kind of sit down and shoot the shit with people. And Kamala always sounds like a bumbling moron who can't remember any of her talking points. But she went on Call Her Daddy, and I don't know anyone who listens to Call Her Daddy, but it gets like 5 million downloads a week. It's weird though. Even when I talk to 23-year-old women, they don't listen to it, or 20 something women. So if you are one of those women who listens to Call Her Daddy, I would love to hear from you because I've never been able to get through like 5 minutes of that. A lot of women apparently listen to it. I have yet to meet any of these women. So Kamala went on there. My big take on this is just that it's hilarious that our idiotic presidential candidates have been reduced to going on podcasts. But it also shows you just how media has completely changed. You're not going to reach the independent voter if you go on any of the mainstream. The small sliver of people they need to win this election are not listening to Call Her Daddy. I don't know why you would do that. You're not converting anyone. People say that some people who listen are apolitical, but it sounds like these are just liberal women who listen to this podcast generally. So I don't think you're catching many independents on that podcast. But Trump has been doing the podcast network, going on Theo Von, going on Andrew Schultz. Like, these are where the independents hang out and do their research and shit. I'm sure he'll be on Tim Pool any minute. It seems smart. Seems like a smart way to try and reach the independent voter. I think Obama was the first person to do this. And I blame all of this, by the way, on good old Jazzy Jones Clinton. Jazz hands Clinton. I blame this on Bill Clinton for going on Arsenio and playing frickin' saxophone. He started this. He started all this nonsense where you're pandering to celebrities. But I think our next president will probably be a podcaster.
Yeah.
This is the trajectory. It will probably be Tim Dillon. I'm nominating Tim Dillon for president. but it will probably be a podcaster. This is the evolution of where we're going in America. I mean, he was a celebrity who kind of used Twitter, now X, to win that first election in 2016 and new media. He really knew how to manipulate it. It only makes sense that eventually some podcaster with a huge audience is going to become president of the United States. You heard it here first. It's going to be Theo Von. He's going to be interviewing some hologram of Hitler. Like, hey, man, I've done methamphetamine, and then I made a wig out of a rat that I skinned alive in an alley. Kamala is a chameleon. Somebody tweeted, like, wake up, babe. Kamala's new accent just dropped. And she sounded like she was trying to be Jamaican or something.
Have you no empathy, man?
Yes.
You know, for the suffering of other people.
What's with you, man? Come on!
It sounds like me trying to do an Irish accent because I'm very bad at accents. But she was like, have you no empathy, man? She is an empty vessel. She's like that girl in school that just shapeshifts to whatever group they're around because she doesn't have any center and is desperately pandering to whoever is right in front of her. Kamala's teleprompter went down and she malfunctioned like a robot. We have 32 days, and then you can see the look of dread that comes over her face. And it is exactly like Veep when her teleprompter goes down and she just like starts fumbling all over.
Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it.
I'd like to begin today whatever we have in store cannot be known. But given time, it can be understood. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
But she just gets scared and her eyes get big. And then she's like, 32 days. 32 days. We have 30 and we're going to do it. Like, there's nothing in your brain that's just, in there.
It can be like,
on its own.
Yeah, like it's time to come together as American people and rally behind what we believe in, like just throw some inspiring words out there.
You can't like freestyle. I mean, nothing. There's no independent thoughts that exist in that brain. That is like, that's how deeply distrusting I am of her, that she's such a lifelong politician that it's all disjointed talking points. There's no actual thinking or processing or taking information in and forming an opinion about it. It's literally just like, what do the people want to hear? What do the people want to hear? What does this group need to hear? What does this group need to hear? What are the talking points? And then it just empties out of your head and you're just truly an empty vessel.
She's such a lifelong politician, but she sucks at it. Like, you would think a lifelong politician could string some talking points together and come up with
It's emptiness.
with a nominal answer to basic questions.
God, our leaders are all just so ridiculous. How does anyone take this clown show seriously? I will once again tell you, I don't give a shit who you vote for. I really don't care. Because it's such a clown show. Yeah, so Trump, he went on this rant, and it was the moment I decided I think I'm going to vote for him. This is very old. We meant to cover this last time and forgot. But he was at one of his rallies, and he was like, you New Yorkers need to get out there and vote. And he's like, Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch. Get out there and vote, Harry.
New Yorkers must get your asses out to vote. Harry, get up, Harry. Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch. You're going to vote for Trump today, Harry.
And I love that he said, get your fat ass out of the couch. Like he had been swallowed by the couch because he was just so fat. He lived in the couch. And I was like, I don't know why it spoke. Like clearly my inner spirit animal is just some fat dude named Harry. Fat Harry. We are all Fat Harry, okay? We are all Fat Harry. Harry, get your fat ass off the couch and get out there and vote. You're going to vote for Trump today, Harry. I really felt seen by Trump in that moment. I also love that both candidates are willing to curse now. I mean, if you're going to have your hands on the nuclear codes, you can drop an F-bomb here and there, I guess. We're just past any kind of decorum or sense of propriety in America. The ship has sailed. The dumpster fire is burning. And we're just like, f it. We can just swear now in front of children. Elon went and spoke at Trump's rally that he held in the same location in Pennsylvania where he originally was nearly assassinated. And he did actually do what everybody online wanted him to do, which was open the rally with, as I was saying.
A very big thank you to Pennsylvania. We love Pennsylvania. And as I was saying,
I'm sorry. He's completely a lunatic who's not to be trusted, but he's a very, very funny one.
He's a showman.
He's a showman, yep. I guess so is Mussolini, but it's okay. It's fine. We're good. Yeah, he had Elon at the Trump rally, and, still photographs aren't great. So yeah, he had him in the rally, and he came out and jumped. He was jumping for joy, I guess. I don't know.
is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here.
It reminded me very much of the Tom Cruise jumping for joy on Oprah's couch because he was engaged to Katie Holmes.
Have you ever felt this way before?
It had a little bit of that, but I also think the picture that got snapped with Trump Trump was looking at Elon like Tim Walz looks at his son. He was very much like the autistic kid at the funeral that wasn't catching the vibes. You really saw the tism come out in this image. It was undeniable. And then I suddenly was like, oh, little buddy. He's like that autistic kid that found the onion ring in his bag of French fries. Like, oh, sweetie. It looks like he's wearing a Burger King crown right now. In fact, we have one for little Elon. Oh, he's so desperate for validation. I feel bad for him, and he is trying to do things. I mean, the Starlink stuff has been great for the people, and I don't think he's my nemesis anymore. I've come around. He's jumping like a train was going by. You're just out there trying so hard. I think I have a soft spot in my heart for him now after that picture. Everybody hates him. And the more people that hate him, the more I love him.
Right. It's like when everyone loved him, you were like, oh, that guy's my fucking nemesis. And now everyone started to hate him. And you're like, oh, I love him now.
Like, Elon, buddy. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. That's falling apart. The only thing that keeps Dumpster Fire going is your support. Please go to Phetasy.com and subscribe. Join our community. You will get the unedited version of Dumpster Fire before it drops publicly for everybody edited. You get to see all the jokes that were cut, all of the mishaps, me being ridiculous. You will also get workouts. There's lots of extra stuff for the community. You get a lot. We are constantly putting out content. Don't forget to touch my bells and buttons and subscribe, comment, and tell your friends about us. Today's episode is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. I love this sponsor and this company. Please let me explain to you why my husband only wears their underwear anymore. It is because of their patented dual pouch system. It cradles your balls in their own pouch, and then there's a separate pouch for the genitalia. It keeps everything separate from the legs, nice and comfortable. It can be worn as boxers or briefs. It's moisture wicking, and it keeps everything cool and separated. And if you fly a lot and you hate when your nuts get stuck to your legs, this isn't going to happen anymore. And there's also a women's line, which is amazing. I have their sports bras. They've got cute booty shorts, which make your bum look amazing. Sheath underwear of legends. Go to sheath.com and use the promo code dumpster to get 20% off your next order. This is a great deal for our viewers. That's sheath.com, promo code dumpster to get 20% off. You guys, the holidays are coming. Get some new undies for that man or for that lady in your life. Get on it. Link in the description below.